Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to a very special Patrol Base Live. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, and this is another request from someone on Instagram asking as soon as we got this in, could we do a video on it? And I'll try and keep it in shot as much as possible because it is absolutely huge. So this is the Umarex PSG1 GBB. So it is gas blowback, it's not electric, and it is locked to single fire. So if you have any questions about this at all, please drop them down below. We'll throw them up on screen and try and answer them as soon and as fully as possible. So, off the bat, I mean, this thing is a iconic platform that has been around for a long, long time, real steel. There's been various incantations in Airsoft, but nothing quite as accurate, detailed, and almost perfect as this one. So, the first thing you'll notice grabbing hold of this thing, it is extremely heavy. It's nearly 5 kilos, so I think it's about 4.7, maybe a little bit heavier with no mag in it. So 4.7, it is going to be a hefty lump to try and run around with all day and try and be quite active with it. It is definitely designed to be that long-range DMR single shot from hidden position kind of platform. So we'll go through its features and again, just drop any questions you have, drop them down below. So there is no thread on the front end for this, so it is as it is. I've never seen a sneaky beaky version of this in real steel, so it's just as close to accurate as it can be. 54 dunk, gas bolt action. It is gas, but it's not bolt action. It is semi-auto, so it's not a sniper variant. It is DMR variant, so it is semi-auto, this one. It is locked to semi-auto. There is no full auto capability with this. It has been taken off, so you can see the little white mark moving down here, going from safe to semi. There is no full auto, unlike the G3 that has a full auto variant. There are a few other differences between this and the G3, but we will come to that. Coming to the plastic handguard, this can be removed by a flat-headed screw on the front. If you undo this screw here, this slides all the way off, and right back here on the under the barrel, you will find the hop adjuster. It's a giant castellated nut. You rotate it, and that's how you adjust your hop. It means that you can do, without the handguard on, you can take a couple of shots, adjust the hop, keep going, and then put the handguard back on, and it is fixed in place. Means it's not amazingly intuitive to do in-game without tools and stripping and everything like that, so I'd make sure this is hop set and good to go before you go live, and you'll be good all day. The style of hop that's in this, it is very positive. It is very secure. I've not known it move doing test shooting and people using the G3, and it can hop some heavy BBs as well. I think a quarter of a turn from zero was then comfortably hopping 3.2s, 3.8s really, really nicely. So this thing is capable of being a very long-range, heavyweight blaster. So you have the standard charging handle, same to the G3, pulls back and locks up in place, and you can slap it back down if you like, and then it locks up against a little nub at the start, so it can't accidentally cock and cause you to get misfires on the hammer. Fillet, defillet reeves. Does it have an honest range? You'll have to get your hands on one and test it out and let us know. But yeah, if you get one of these, you'll realise how far it can shoot. It is really, really nice. Again, depending on BB weight, gas that you're using, hop applied, the range is going to vary massively, but you are going to be able to reach out and do some very, very nice work with this thing. So coming back, one of the first things that we'll note that is very, very different to the G3 is the mag release. So normally you have an AK style mag release here that you can push. That has been removed, and it is now very similar to an M4, so it is a little button here. And then coming back from that, you will notice the enlarged trigger. So this is almost a moddable trigger. There is a bolt on the back, so you can actually move the pressure pad to wherever you want it, so the trigger pull is more to your liking, and the safety does lock the trigger out, so when it is down, it is then a full pull. So as you can see, it comes all the way back, and then when it is safe, it just locks it off. So it is a very positive safety, it's very nice safety, but I quite like the idea of being able to adjust the trigger. I believe that you can also take it out and put it into the back piece, so you can have it a lot further forward and change the style of trigger pull as well. Coming to the top, another big difference from the G3 is the rail section that is on the top. This is welded in place, so there is no removing this. It's part of the PSG1. It's how it is made. It's just how it's put together. Personally, I'd prefer it to be a bit lower, but again, they're going for 1-to-1, so this is how it's put together. How good does it HK slap? Very, very well, but I'm not doing it on this one for certain reasons, because we don't want any scratches or anything on this when it goes out to a customer. So I'm not going to HK slap this one, but whoever gets hold of it, if you want to do a video of it, you'll agree that it is very possible and it's more than capable of handling the HK slap. So coming further back, the pistol grip, also another big change compared to the G3. The ergonomics of it are sort of exaggerated slightly compared to the G3. The thumb rest and the fingernails are more pronounced, and you have the big weight on the bottom, designed to, if you have a bipod on this, it just keeps that weight further back and balanced, and just means it takes very, very little movements to change target and keep a static weapon in place. And then there's the stock. It is bigger, larger, more adjustable. Yeah, it's just absolutely huge. So you've got this massive rubber pad on the back to stick into your shoulder that you're going to need when this thing's firing off. You've got the adjustable cheek riser, so that if you do have an optic on this, you can adjust it up and get a very nice, comfortable, clean line of sight through any optic. And you have the adjustable knobs there for adjusting the cheek riser up and down. There are sling points on it, but I think if you are carrying this, you're probably going to be static quite a lot. So you have a sling point in the stock, and I think that is it, actually. You will have to mount it somewhere else. There are specific G3 slings and everything like that, but it's just one of them ones that if you are carrying this, you're going to be prone quite a lot, because I don't want to be lugging 5 kilos around all day. A couple of other things I will mention. Same with the G3 as to the PSG1. This does have an inbuilt end pass. Doing a little bit of research into how it works and everything like that. Off the bat, out the box, on a 0.2 gram BB, it's in the G3, it functions a lot better. In the very, very long barrel that you have in this 690mm inner barrel in this thing is going to suffer from jewel creep with the end pass. So please be aware that when you are chronoing this, you are chronoing the weight that you use. You set your end pass and you stick to it, because with the heavyweight BBs and that length of barrel, you are at risk of creeping over the power limit accidentally, maybe, but just be very, very aware. This thing does have a tight bore, but it's 690mm long in a barrel, so you're going to get exceptional gas efficiency out of it, even at sort of the low end. So it's going to allow that BB to speed up all the way down the barrel and leave a nice high speed anyway. To do that, inside the bolt in there, you will need a 1.5mm Allen key inside the nozzle, and you can adjust it. Adjusting it in increases power, adjusting it out decreases power. I think that's the right way around. Another thing that we have noted, and people that have had the G3 have stated that the magazines on these are absolutely incredible for gas efficiency. So yes, they are only 20 round capacities, but they've been able to fill them over and over and over again with BBs, and I think they've got about 80 plus shots at full power out of a single gas fill, meaning that as long as you've got a speed loader on, you don't need to carry a tin of gas or anything like that. So even with that 20 round mag, you can drop it out, throw a few extra BBs in it, and you know you're going to be good to go all day. So, for those that have just joined us, I'll do another quick overview of its features, but what I was just on about there is the magazines are a 20 round mag. I've not put the magazine in this because, again, we don't want to be scratching this if it goes out to someone, and when you do click the mags in, the front of it naturally gets scratches on it, so we don't want that to be scratched in the box, but through natural wear and tear, they will get a few scratches on them. And the magazines being 20 rounds with the gas fill and everything like that, you're going to get about 80 shots out of it, so they're very, very efficient. There's no thread on the front end, so it is as it is. To adjust the hop on this, you do need to take the handguard off using a flat bladed screwdriver. Take the screw out of here, take the handguard off, and there is a castellated sort of screw on there. You can adjust that to add and remove hop. Underneath here, I'm so fresh on YouTube. Why does the site recommend 7.4 LiPo, and how will I know it can use an 11.1 safely? On which platform you're looking at. Normally we recommend, if manufacturers recommend an 11.1, but we're recommending a 7.4, that's because of the UK power limits. Normally AEGs and everything like that are made in countries that are allowed a much higher power limit. So the States, China, everything like that, they're allowed to shoot hotter. So the spring, the higher spring, can push the nozzle forward faster and allow the gear to spin at a faster rate. If we put 11.1s in something that's firing under that 350 down at 1 joule or 1 joule, the spring doesn't push the nozzle forward fast enough. The gear comes around too fast. They engage at the wrong point and shred each other. So we are recommending the batteries for our power limits, not the manufacturer power limits, because they're made in different places. Hope that makes sense. So the hop is underneath the handguard in here. You adjust it by a giant castellated nut that you can do with your hand, and then you just attach your handguard back on. The rail underneath here, so if you've got the bipod that fits onto the little nub there, you can slide it. There's like a ladder system underneath here that you can just put the bipod exactly where you need it. Charging handle on the left-hand side that comes all the way back and locks up. With Deadman's Click style platforms, so when they are empty, they don't lock back or anything like that. You'll just have a click. Always recommend cocking the charging handle, locking it in place, and then changing the mag. If you have a full magazine of BBs, like brimming with BBs, and then you try and load it into a mag with the nozzle forward, there's nowhere for that nozzle to push the BBs down, and you can cause damage. So make sure when you are loading these, the bolt is always back, and then when you put it forward, it puts that first BB in as well. So you're going to have to cock it anyway, so you might as well do it before you put the mag in. But it's just a standard practice thing, just so you're not going to damage the nozzle inside. Coming further back, the mag release is similar to an M4 on this, so you have it on the right-hand side there. There is no sort of push paddle mag release that you'll find normally on like the G3 or similar to like AKs or anything like that. It's just on the side. Controls for fire selector are on the left-hand side, and you have safe and semi. This thing does not do full auto. It is locked to semi. It is designed to be a DMR out of the box and ready to go. And you also have a adjustable trigger. So with it in fire, you can see it pull all the way back, and there is a screw on the back that allows you to move this pad up and down, or you could even take it off and move it to the second bar, so this trigger would then come all the way forward. It's all down to a comfort, shooter's preference, everything like that. It just allows you to get this into a very comfortable position and sit there for as long as possible. Be extremely patient, and you're good to go. Coming to the top, we do have the RIS section to allow throw any optics or anything you want on there. Personally, I think they're a bit high, but again, this is a one-to-one licensed replica, so they're not going to change it, and this is welded in place onto the receiver. I'd prefer it to be further down, so I could just put an optic straight on there. With this and then another sort of set of high mounts, it's going to be very, very high and maybe look a bit cumbersome slightly, so you're going to need maybe low mounts or something. We have a mock bolt forward assist, and then we come down to the big, very, very comfortable PSG bolt action. All ergonomically very, very nice, and the counterweight at the back, meaning it is very comfortable in a static position. Cal Grovesner on Facebook, is it on the site now? It will be on the site today. The description's done, it's ready. We just need to put the photos on, and it will be live, but it will definitely be online today. Coming back to the stock, very large adjustable stock, so length is fixed. So this thing is 122 centimeters long, and it is fixed like that, so there's no length adjustment on this, but the cheek riser is adjustable, and you can bring this all the way up to wherever you like. So if you do put an optic on this, you can set the cheek pad and get a nice, comfortable, clean line of sight. This thing is designed to be in a static position, sat waiting, being patient, very much Sniper Wolf, for those that recognise this from PlayStation 1 days. So very, very patient, very, very accurate, clean single shots from distance, and you're going to have the immersion of that recoil. Is this effective against renegade members of Foxhound? Someone knows exactly what I'm on about, but yes, if you're wanting to go for that loadout, by all means do. But yeah, a lot of people, I've known a lot of people that have wanted one of these for a long, long time. But yeah, it's finally here, and it's in gas blowback rather than AEG, so it is very, very cool. 5 Productions on YouTube. What FPS is this? So I covered the MPAS slightly. So out the box, it's about 400. on a 0.2, but it does have a built-in end pass. So with a 0.5mm Allen key down the nozzle, you can adjust it up and down. But I was stating earlier, you have to be very, very careful with dual creep with this. So make sure you are chronoing on the weight that you want to use. This thing has a 690mm barrel, so dual creep is going to be absolutely vicious with it. And just be careful with it. You don't want to be caught out by a chrono and then having to strip it down and sort your end pass again. So make sure it's done early, done properly. Stick the weight BB you want in it, set your end pass, and you'll be good to go. But I know the G3 one, because of the shorter barrel, it works extremely well. But with the long barrel on this, it's going to suffer a lot from dual creep, allowing that BB to speed up all the way through the barrel and get a lot of efficiency out of that end pass. But if that's everything, this is the Umarex PSG1. A lot of people have been asking about it. It will be on the website very, very soon, hopefully by the end of today. And I hope you enjoy it if you can get your hands on one. But if that's everything today, we'll be back again tomorrow. As always, if you've got something you want us to touch on, if you want us to do a video on, drop us a message on Instagram. It rapidly goes to the top of the list because we'd rather talk about what you want to talk about, not what we want to talk about. So I'll catch you again at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Bye.